circumstances. The Palestinians need a state. No, they need a state. But they're not going to get it by going to the UN and having themselves declare a state. And so, declared a state. And so you have to get them back to the negotiating table. And this is another, kind of right after the election, somebody's got to re-stimulate those talks between Palestinians and Israelis because demographically time is running out for both of them. We tend to think of time running out on the Palestinian side because of the growing Palestinian population that comes from the more radical side of the Palestinian territories. In fact, in Gaza, Hania, the putative at one point prime minister of Palestine, just to give you an example, he had 13 kids and 11 brothers and sisters. So that side of the population is growing very, very, the most radical elements. It is also true in Israel that the most ultra-Orthodox population is the one that's growing most rapidly. And so pretty soon, and the settler population is getting bigger and bigger, so pretty soon the room, the space in which you could